Hello everyone! It's Bianca, you can call me Angela. And sorry I kind of disappeared for a week. If you're wondering where I was, it was Golden Week in Japan. So it's like a bunch of holidays, so it's like I was pretty busy with the holidays, but today was the last day of Golden Week, so I'm back now. I forgot to hit continue. But yeah, welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. I'm pretty excited. Oh, I forgot I had that walk cycle. I'm pretty excited to be streaming again, and hopefully I'll be doing it more this week. Hopefully. No guarantees. But yeah. Gosh, it's been a while. What were we doing last time we just got to our chapter 2 area, Crystaldream Lake. Sorry. But yeah, sorry, we just got to Crystaldream Lake and we have a lot of quests to do. Specifically, we're supposed to go to the Valley hardware store, get a Glaxon valve, and we're not uncursing anything because if you remember correctly, we're playing as Lydia Walker and we're trying to get cursed. Trying to be very cursed. So yeah, that's the setting up here. So today, let's explore Crystaldream Lake. Also, hello XDAV Prime, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you again. There's nothing that way but an empty parking lot. Let's see. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. Obviously, this is inspired by, the Salem witch trials. This house was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village's chief export besides witchcraft? I like the fact that they said, come learn more about the Danforth family, and then there's just nothing in here except for a gift shop. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. Hecate is still hungrily lapping up the cream. Oh right, I forgot, we gave the cat some cream. And we also bought stuff from this house already. I forgot about that. Whoops. Did I go through this area last time? I feel like I did go through this area last time, and I just completely forgot. Let me check the bathroom and I'll know. Did I? Hold on, if I did not flush this toilet, that means I did not explore this area. Hold on, let me switch to a fishing rod first. Oh, did I already fish in this toilet? I gained EXP, but I didn't see an option to fish in the toilet, so I guess that means I must have already done it. Because if I had not already fished in the toilet... I know that sounds super weird out of context, but... Oh, right, we got the sodden tricorn hat. From fishing out of the... God, what a way to get back into this game. Right. Oh god, why was I gonna spend my EXP on? I don't even remember. It's been such a long while. Mind Melt? You're not sure what kind of book this is. Avant-garde social commentary? Psychedelic research journal? Total nonsense created by the random nighttime firings of your own neurons? Mind Melt. You've read this weird book once, but you get the feeling you'd understand it better if you tried again. Well, that seems like a pretty strong effect, so I think I'll upgrade it. You read the book a second time and picked up a few new weird details. You still don't understand most of it though. Your subconscious must just be a bad writer. You decide you've had enough and melt the book with your mind. Well, that's a pretty strong upgraded effect though, so I think that's a worthy EXP investment. I'm definitely going to be spamming that spell now that I have it. Oh right, remember, I'm supposed to eat shadow foods too, because if I want to actually increase the shadow count in the world, I have to actually eat shadow food and use shadow potions. I think, hello Gator, welcome to the stream. I think the only shadow food I have right now is shadow hot dog, so I'm gonna eat that. You consume the shadow hot dog, which is both inside and outside the bun. The shadow is now inside you as well as outside you. A pleasant numbness spreads within you. Soothing darkness. I almost said dogness. Dog star. What kind of a creature eats shadow hot dogs? The kind that you are. We now have increased muscle. The comfy, terribly cursed fedora. Right, and we're supposed to use shadow cursed items as much as possible. I know, shadow hot dog legitimately sounds pretty good. I would eat it. Anyways, judging by the fact that I've already fished in the toilet before, that means I must have already explored the museum on my last stream. So now I'm gonna go do something else here in Crystaldream, other than fishing around in the toilet, because apparently I already did that. And that's how you know you cleared an area. You wander off the main path and stroll among the trees for a while. It's nice to get out in nature for a bit, at least until you walk into an invisible spiderweb and it gets all tangled up in your hair. While flailing around, disgusted, trying to get it off of you, you stumble into a second spiderweb, which goes right across your face. Ah! And that's how, staggering blindly, you got yourself tangled up in a third spiderweb, this one much larger and stronger, and made to trap prey of more or less your size. The extremely large spider sitting in the corner of the web looks delighted to see you, and inasmuch as a spider can smile, this one's smile has poison dripping off of it. Let's break free and escape. With a yell of power and or terror, you yank yourself free of the webs and run away, leaving behind an annoyed and disappointed spider. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It is the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front showing the fat. Or maybe it's their day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. If you're wondering, by the way, I have the arachnophilia option on right now, which will make us encounter so many spiders. Ah, there's some hobo code scrawled into the dust here. The code reads, "Nice man, ask him for candy." Neat. This barrel has a joke price tag on it. 10,000 meat. Weird Al held... God, Weird Al. What an icon. A barrel of rusty I cannot read. A barrel of rusty nuts and bolts. In case you want to buy some garbage, I guess. Paints in all of this season's trendiest patented colors, such as tan blue and silver blue and super periwinkle. Lilac white and magenta white and bright ecru. Auburn orange and light silver and white purple. Automatics. Hello, Manager Bunny. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but I guess these nuts and bolts are rusty. Double cyan and grape blue and double... I fucking love these colors so much. They're so weird. I want to see what these colors look like so bad. You don't understand the purpose of any of these. These are like cow tools from that one comic. The shelf is labeled ineffective pesticides. Hey now, that room ain't part of the store. The proprietor, you presume. You're the proprietor, I presume? Why, yup. Welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystaldream Valley. Because it's the only hardware store in the valley? No, because it's the only hardware store. Aw, shucks, miss, you preempted my joke. Sorry. Oh, no hard feelings. Good to see a new face around. What can I do for you? I want candy. Do you have any candy? Why sure, here you go. He pulls out a piece of hard candy from out of a jar from under the counter and hands it to you. We got hard candy. Thanks. It gives us +3 physical armor. I wanted to ask about something else if you don't mind. What can I do for you? I need a pump valve for the lighthouse keeper.
Oh sure, what kind do you need?
I'm delighted by all these nonsense names. A Mouston valve?
What's you need a harmonica valve for?
What the hell is a harmonica valve? A Snaxton valve?
Never heard of that one.
A Marston valve?
He's having trouble with his toilet?
A Glarston valve?
That's a milking machine valve.
A Glaston valve?
What's he need a sewing machine valve for?
What the hell is a sewing machine valve? A Garpston valve?
He's having trouble with his water cooler.
A Wixton valve?
That can't be right. Those are only for taffy pullers.
Oh wait, I already checked the Snaxton. A Claston valve?
What's he need a tractor engine valve for?
Oh my god, these are such huge menus. A Glarpston valve?
What's he need a fire hydrant valve for?
A Glackstone valve?
That can't be right. Those are only for bicycle pumps.
A Klaxon valve?
Pretty sure that ain't a thing.
A Glaxton valve?
Claxton valve? Well, shucks, they stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance there's still one in the back room. Ain't back there since the termites got at the inventory. Or maybe after it got flooded? Anyways, it's a real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can take a look around. If you can find a Glaxton valve in that mess, you're welcome to it.
Thanks.
Mind your step in there.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine what a sewing machine needs with a valve. Damn, a pneumatic sewing, and that's gotta be like pretty high grade stuff if they do have it. Batteries. I'll get a battery. I want to... Hold on, do I need a comfy hat lining? No, my hat is already comfy. I don't need to further comfyfy it. Ooh, cooking with power tools. This book's thesis is that there isn't really much of a difference between the kitchen mixer and the electric drill. You get Stilton Splatter. It does 3 sleaze damage to 3 different enemies. Oh, I want AoE. AoE damage sounds good. I could always use matches. I already have adhesive rivets. I could use a sharpening stone. I'll get some steel-toed boots. Used plunger. For people who value their toes a lot more than they value the rest of their feet. Hold on, I want to cook with power tools. A pneumatic of hydraulic power on a sewing machine. Yeah, no, that's gotta be industrial stuff. Like, normal sewing machines do not need that kind of power. You read the book and memorize some of its sloppier techniques. We got Stilton Splatter. In order to achieve mastery over cheese, one must sometimes embrace the curdling chaos of its fundamental biology. There's an appendix full of advanced recipes you could memorize if you really put your mind to it. If you do, Stilton Splatter will hit 2 additional targets. Okay, so this is just a huge AoE attack. Like, not even the upgrade will increase the damage, so it'll always only do 3 damage, but it will hit a lot of different targets. I can't decide whether that's good or bad, because 3 damage isn't really a whole lot. But maybe it'll become handy. Maybe it'll be useful. Sea pitch has caused this concrete to become set in its ways. It's a good thing you don't care what month it is, because this calendar is worthless. Huh? A pile of waterlogged garbage. Nasty trash. These boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildewed clothes. How much of a door has to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? This shelf is empty, but even the emptiness is somehow dirty. Something's wrong with this door in a way that termites and flooding doesn't really readily explain. You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of "this was a bad idea" in your mind, like when you hit the first drop on a traveling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. It looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking. When it's ajar. Hey, it's not a door when it's ajar. We certainly are in the void. It's a workbench covered in tools. I have anarchist hardware? I can make bombs. I want a spooky bomb. Can I make another spooky bomb? Yes. I think that's enough spooky bombs for now. Shelves full of neatly organized hardware that definitely hasn't been destroyed yet. There's a 1917 calendar on the wall by the desk. It looks brand new. It's a time travel door. Stacks of boxes neatly labeled. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You, because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did when you weren't in there, and him because...
Hey now, what in the heck were you doing in my back room? How'd you get in there without me seeing you?
I'm a termite inspector.
I didn't call for any termite inspector.
No, I do surprise inspection so the termites won't find out in advance.
Well, how'd you get past me?
I'm very good at my job.
Huh. Well, I don't expect to find any termites. I make my own custom pesticide.
Yes, it seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up checkup later, though.
That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move around stuff too much. I like to keep it tidy back there.
You don't want to... It's still cow tools here. Even in the past, it's all cow tools. This shelf is laden with dangerous pesticides that you're pretty sure were banned years ago. A sign on this barrel says "not for sale." A barrel of gleaming nuts and bolts. Paint in all this season's most popular colors, such as regular black and old-fashioned purple and ordinary white. Or regular orange and plain black and traditional green. Ordinary red and classical red and conservative yellow. Old-fashioned gray and regular black and conservative orange. Does bro even know he's just floating in the void right now? It's kind of funny though that in the past that he sold regular colors, but in the future, or in the present rather, he sold like the weirdest color combinations. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of this door. Weird. Hi. It's a hardware store guy, back when he was younger. Is younger.
Welcome to Valley Hardware, the best hardware store in Crystaldream Valley.
Because it's the only hardware store in the valley?
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that.
I'm sure you will.
What can I do for you?
I love the time travel shenanigans in this game. We literally just gave him the joke that he eventually told us in the future. Hey, what's up with the...
You're renting outhouses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses?
Yep. At least I was. Now that the indoor plumbing's starting to get popular, there's no market for them anymore. Just got one left, and after that, I'm calling it quits on putting up new ones.
Can I rent the last one?
Hey, yep. Sure thing. It'll be 200 me for upfront for the installation, and half of that each month afterwards for the maintenance.
What maintenance do you do?
I done some powdered lime down the hole, clean out the ventilation pipes, and check for splinters. And once the pit starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig a new one for you. Plus, you get a free subscription on a local newspaper.
I'll get it. I have 800 meat. I can afford it.
Great. Where do you want me to put it?
The Sandwich Museum.
Oh, they've already got a pretty state-of-the-art toilet facility there, but... well, it never hurts to have a backup, I suppose. Alrighty, I'll get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. What else can I do for you?
I'd like to buy one of those new Glaxton valves.
Oh, sorry. Government fellas bought my entire stock.
What?
Hey, for the big dam they're building. I can order one for you though.
How long would that take?
6 to 8 weeks.
Would you mind holding it onto me if I'm not back right away?
Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure?
11 years.
What? No, forget how I said that's not a problem.
Well, nuts.
Listen, I can tell you they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than they are gonna need for that dam. If you go up to that worksite, you might get the foreman to sell you one of their spares.
Where is it?
Southeast end of the valley. You got a map?
Well, I have a postcard.
Crystaldream Lake? I ain't never heard of that. But it's got a little picture of the dam on it there, see? That's about the same place relative to here.
Great, thanks.
I like how he didn't question that there's just a lake where there's not supposed to be one. What does he sell? Same thing, but cheaper prices. I'll buy cheaper, match it. I'll buy his stock both in the future and in the past. I'll get the fuse too. Let's go back to the present. Hi. I like how it doesn't even occur to him that he saw me in the past and sees me again in the future as like the same person without having ever aged. That just never came across as weird to him. Before we go to the dam, I want to go to the distillery. I remember we have a side quest there. Ah, no random encounters. Oh, I forgot I can jump. A spooky-looking lady is guarding the front of the old distillery. Presumably she's a vampire. She looks spooky enough to be one. Is that racist? She glares at you as you approach, her eyes flashing blood red.
Be gone from this place. You have no business here. I do actually, and I'd like for you to invite me inside. What? No. Don't you have to? I thought that was one of the big vampire things, that if someone asks you to invite them inside, you have to do it. That is nearly the most opposite true that what? That is nearly the most opposite of true that is possible for it to be.
That was very hard to read. And yeah, no, she's literally standing out in the sun. What is going on?
Oh, darn.
Leave this place at once or the consequences will be most dire.
Aw, come on, don't be like that. What's eating you?
If you do not leave, the question will be, what is eating you? And the answer will be me.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you really set me up for that one.
Oh, I want to use the curse fedora. What happens if I curse a vampire?
Sorry, what? What is that you are saying?
She collapses to her knees with her head in her hands.
God, what did you do?
I honestly have no idea.
She crawls back into the distillery, groaning in pain. Sorry. I honestly have no idea. Grandpa Joe's quality spirits. Ah, there's a hole that... This is the hole that the guard fled through, squirmed through. The door is locked with a government-issued combination lock. Must be a prohibition. Okay, so I can squirm through or I can unlock it. Let's squirm through. Ah, I'm inside. The door is locked from the outside. You have to go back out of the hole you came in. Okay. You use Don Toblerone's terrible combination to unlock the door. Ah, there. Now Molly's here too. Almost everything on the shelf is busted up trash, but there's one unsmashed crate of booze. We got a crate of gin. I was so tempted to read it as gin. Is it gin or is it gin? In this crate there are many bottles, and in each of these bottles is a bunch of delicious gin. Oh, it is gin, okay. I guess this is where Grandpa Joe kept all of his broken glass. The booze that used to be stored here is now in booze heaven. Laboratory. Oh, I can make potions. Spooky armor. Muscle, and I don't need that. This used to be a still, and still is. Oh. Some hobo code is painted on this side of the barrel. The code reads, be careful not to drop your handkerchief in this barrel. Huh, you reach into the barrel to see if anyone ignored the advice. They did! We got a booze-soaked handkerchief. 5 stench armor, nice. There's no U. Ah, okay. There's a label on this vat that reads, Grandpa Joe's extra fancy garlic schnapps. Wow, maybe it wasn't Prohibition that put this place out of business. There are a bunch of vampires hanging out here, and it probably shouldn't be a surprise that they've noticed you.
That's her. The good.
Wait, wait, why is the narration inside her speech bubble?
That's her.
The door guard says, pointing at you.
That's her right there.
Okay, now it definitely shouldn't have been a surprise. Honestly, I was just making sure because I wasn't sure because the pronunciation is very inconsistent sometimes. Anyways, that's what the booze-soaked handkerchief looks like. Anyways, let's open the garlic snaps and just destroy them all. You crank open the valve and dumped about 12 gallons of pure distilled garlic juice on the floor. Wow, even with the stench protection, it's a nasal experience you won't soon forget. The vampires completely flip their collective shinola. Some of them turn into bats and fight each other to be the first out the hole in the wall. Others turn into mist and shoot out the cracks in the ceiling. And some just run out the front door. After that, you hear several screams as they realize it's still daytime outside. That should satisfy Don Toblerone and his boss. Hopefully they won't mind the smell. Wait, but the other one was already outside. Wait, one of them was already outside though. Is it because she didn't realize it was daytime that she didn't die? What is going on here? I guess we probably shouldn't think too hard about it. Why do we have to report his cufflinks? Oh, it gives +1 mysticality, that's why. Oh, we can wear stylish sunglasses and it'll just have us in. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that your accessories actually showed up on your face. At least if it's a facial accessory. That sounded really weird. I didn't mean it like that. This vat intentionally left empty. Unfriendly vat do not use. Yeah, but still. This drum is almost certainly empty. The drum emits a hollow, sober clang. The sofa is soaking wet. One of the mist vampires must have been sitting here. The mirror on this vanity has been broken, but the drawers still work. Ah, we got a amethyst choker and a mood ring. The kind of mood rings you're thinking of haven't been invented yet, and you're not sure how that makes you feel. Probably it makes you feel a different kind of way every time you walk into a new room. If you're wondering what the mood ring does, it literally just changes your facial expression like randomly all the time. The vampires left the crate of booze on the floor. We got a crate of rum. With Prohibition on, all the varieties of liquor are technically for pirates. The table is strewn with miscellaneous vampire stuff. You grab everything that looks useful. We got the vampire boots, my favorite boots, a bloodle, a piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels normally have in them. And we got cosmetic wine. I actually really like the vampire boots. A vampire's no. These were invented when a cobbler accidentally mispronounced vampire bats. But yeah, I like the vampire boots because you just get to float. It's very satisfying. You just get to float around. Ah! 2 of those hovering shadow orbs float up to you. They look basically like the ones you saw before. That is, they look like nothing, or perhaps holes in everything. But these ones move with purpose, and that purpose is menace. The 2 orbs squint at you, and Dark Noel's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch.
Well, if it isn't my favorite holiday party crasher, perhaps I need to be more explicit about the fact that you weren't invited?
I don't really get the holiday thing.
I like Crimbo, okay? It's my thing and I'm sticking with it.
You must have had a weird childhood.
That's none of your business, and neither is the rest of this investigation, or whatever it is you think you're doing. You need to learn to keep your nose out of other people's affairs.
I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you keep your nose out of my affairs?
What a disagreeable little urchin you are. Do you know what naughty children find in their Crimbo stockings?
Yeah? I can sock her? What happens if I sock her?
Socks!
You sock Dark Noel in the eyes, one with each fist. The orbs recoil in pain.
That's it! You're definitely on the very naughty list now. Next time we meet, I'm really going to deck your halls.
The black orbs vanish in little puffs of smoke. Maybe I should have fought her. I think it would have been interesting if I fought her.
Nuts. Hold the line. I stepped in some kind of weird mushroom. Spores all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud.
Dancing as in actual dancing or as in back alley shootout?
Why do I want a different pair for each? They ain't that dissimilar.
She wipes the spores off her high heels with a leaf and hands it to you as though you know what to do with it. Thanks for the spores. As you're walking down the dirt road towards your destination, you catch a whiff of dog food. You turn your head towards the store, which turns out to be a pet store. Greta's Compassionate Pet Store. Let's go greet Greta. It's one of those boxes full of bees. A bee box, you think it's called. Bees. A scrawny looking cat is sleeping here. That's not a very compassionate pet store. Better leave this alone. Good fronds are hard to find. It's Greta, you would presume.
Hello there. Welcome to Greta's Compassionate Pet Store. I'm Greta.
Hi Greta, I'm Lydia. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Where are all the pets?
Oh, they're out back.
In cages?
No, in the woods.
I see. What stops them from leaving?
Compassion.
Okay, what pets do you have for sale?
Well, I've got this snake available for adoption. I've also got one giant mosquito left in stock.
She is so El Mosco. It really is El Mosco. What do you feed these?
Oh, you don't have to worry about regular food. They'll graze or scavenge or whatever. They're very resourceful.
Well, that's certainly convenient.
If you want to soup them up a bit though, make them really beefy, I sell some specially formulated familiar chow.
I'm a little uncomfortable with the use of words like soup and beef in a pet store, but okay.
Tell me about that special chow. I got 3 bags of familiar chow left. Familiar chow is especially formulated to beef up your buddies. Wanna buy a bag? Just 100 meat. 1 bag of familiar chow coming right up. More like going right down your familiar's gullet.
This is made out of the same regular stuff as regular human food, but man, do people get really judgmental about you if you eat it. Oh cool, it increases your familiar stats. That's cool. And apparently humans can eat it. It's just that people will be judgmental. But yeah, no, wow. Greta is one irresponsible store. Tell me
more about the snake. Oh, you can't go wrong with the world's most dangerous rope. This guy will totally fill your enemies up with poison. Just 150 meat.
Sounds great, I'll take it.
You won't regret it unless you make it mad. Now you just need to give your new venomous friend a new name.
Slithery D. I do like snakes. Slithery D is a cute name, actually. I'll just go with Slithery D. That's a cute name.
Slithery D? I love it. Here you go.
Applies poison to a random enemy. That's all the pets I want for now. Out of all the snakes you own, this is the only one. The mosquito is actually really good, but I used it in my last playthrough, so I want to use a different pet this time. I like how the only pets she sells is a snake and a mosquito. Somehow that qualifies as making her a pet store. You're walking through the woods around Crystal... Ah, there's a giant spider! It jumps out of nowhere and aims its butt right at your face and shoots a huge glob of web right at you. Time slows down around you as the horrible sticky wad sails through the air directly at the part of your head where you keep all your most important sensory organs. Sorry, I guess that was a weird way to phrase that. I couldn't find a good synonym for face. We'll dodge out of the way. You duck and roll out of the path of the incoming goop and just keep rolling until you're completely out of this part of the woods.
I changed my mind about where to put the outhouse.
Okay, ain't started digging yet, so that's fine. Where'd you want it instead of a sandwich museum?
The pet store.
Pet store? Oh, you must mean the bait shop. Love that sense of humor you got. Pet worms. Alrighty, I'll get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after.
I'll do the sandwich quest line later. You find a decaying nightstand. Oh, it's another nightstand. Grady's live bait. Instead of Greta's compassionate pet store, it's now Grady's live bait. It's a barrel of wriggling slimy grubs. A barrel of chum. You do not want to be pals with it. The barrel is sealed, but from the smell, you'd say it's full of decaying shellfish. It's a barrel full of dirt, but you're sure there's something nasty hiding in there. This one's full of pickles, probably for catching those fish that like eating pickles. The barrel of miscellaneous useful entrails. There's a mousetrap set up here. You disarm the mousetrap. Grady frowns.
Hey, what's the big idea?
It seemed cruel.
Grady frowns. He walks over, resets the mousetrap, frowns again, and goes back behind the counter. I can sneakily disarm it. Click. The mousetrap is disarmed and Grady has no idea. God, his name is Grady. What a name. This must be Grady.
Hello there.
Hello, and welcome to Grady's Live Bait. I'm Grady, and this...
He points in various directions.
is my bait shop.
He smiles.
Nice to meet you, Grady.
Grady smiles.
Can I see what's for sale?
Sure, can I interest you in some minnows?
Minnows?
Yeah, they wriggle quite vigorously, I assure you. Irresistible to hungry fish.
No, I don't want any minnows.
Well, that's alright. Maybe you like to look at our grasshoppers then?
No, I don't think so.
No grasshoppers, gotcha. What about a nice handful of grubs? Plump and juicy.
Ugh, gross, no.
Okay then, how about some leeches? Chock full of blood.
This is awful.
Well, if none of those strike your fancy, I think maybe you're not actually in the market for any live bait.
I think you're right.
Grady smiles.
Anything you need help with by any chance?
Well, I'm always looking for people to dig up night crawlers for me.
What are night crawlers?
He reaches under the counter and pulls out a handful of wriggling worms, which he then waves in your face.
God, worms!
You'll never forget that smell.
Interested in doing some worm hunting?
Sure, I'll get you some gross worms.
Good deal. Dig up, oh, let's call it 5. 5 good-sized night crawlers. Now make it worth your while. Here, you'll need this.
How will I know where to dig?
Just follow your nose. You want another whiff to refresh your memory?
He starts to reach under the counter again.
No! No, I got it.
Well, we got another side quest. We can now dig for worms. The patch of ground smells like night crawlers. You dig up the terrible creature and shove it in your pocket. We got a plump night crawler. Few things have as big a delta between how cool the thing is and how cool the name is than the night crawler. Alright, let's go to the dam. You see a familiar looking person heading towards you on the path. As they get near, you realize that the reason she looks so familiar is because she looks exactly like you. Let's greet her.
Hi. Are you a clone or is this a time paradox or what? Turns out to be a time paradox, I guess. Wow, crazy. I agree. High five.
The two of you, literally speaking, exchange a friendly high five. I want to kiss her. I'm always into self-cessed. You lean in for a kiss goodbye.
No tongue now. Yeah, we wouldn't want to make this weird or anything.
Mwah.
Now you get to look forward to a second one.
God, I love that exchange so much. This, what do you call it, is huge. Damn. There's a lot of lake water in this pipe. We can fish in the pipe. Nice, you got a Gussie Fink Noddle. I wonder if those are like real fish names. A Doubting Thomas fish. Considering the names people give fishes, they could be real and I wouldn't even know. A Rippling Gidget. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. This valve is held in place by decades of corrosion. Even if you could detach it, it would get wrecked in the process. This drain pipe has some nasty goo coming out of it. Schlorp, we got some goop. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. A beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reigning end of nature. Smells as good as it looks. There's a hobo code next to this pipe. The code reads, meat hidden in pipe. Ooh, you reach into the pipe and snag the concealed and congealed wealth. We got 150 meat. Another one of these time doors. Let's hope the repeated exposure to this isn't gonna give your ancestors cancer. Ugh. The door is being delivered. Ah, there's a patch of night crawlers here. We got some more worms. Yeah, no, this game loves its goops and its worms. A crate labeled pipe shoes. Huh, this is probably not what they meant to order. Somehow the pipe shoes allow us to do this. Don't ask. Some careless dam worker abandoned the toolbox here. Their loss is my gain. You gain some tools. Spray on asbestos. I guess it stands to reason that a structure this big would require more than one truck's worth of concrete. This one's empty. This truck is even heavier than a regular truck. Nah, you wouldn't want to get your hook stuck. Unfortunately, I cannot swim in the concrete.
Hey, Noel says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed on the site.
Noel?
Yeah, Noel, the foreman. Noel White. Aw, jeez.
The man clutches his stomach.
Are you alright?
Just starving is all. The rest of the crew went out to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubbernecks and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants.
Short pants? Do you mean straw?
No, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies.
I see. Can I have them?
No, because then we had no way of picking who stands on guard. Oh man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm gonna turn inside out.
What about that portable table over there that says lunch?
There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Noelle considers lunch.
How bad could it be? Is it jellied eels or something?
Man, I kill for a jelly deal. Noelle brings these sandwiches that are just a bunch of peppermints stuck between two big bland cookies, sugar cookies. You could get a stomachache just by watching someone else eat one. Blah.
That sounds awful.
That's because it is awful.
He clutches his stomach and moans. I don't think a dam is molded with concrete on the spot. I have no idea how dams are built, but yeah, I imagine there's a lot more that goes into it. Anyways, you can feed him stuff. You would have to feed him 5 food items. That's what I did on my last playthrough, but I want to fight him. Are you sure? I can think of 2 reasons not to fight this guy. What are the reasons? Well, the first reason is that he seemed like a pretty decent guy. And the second reason is that while you've been doing whatever it is you've been doing with your life, he's been swinging around iron beams, driving posts into the ground with sledgehammers, lugging sacks of concrete, and stuff like that. So he could probably crush you into a paste with a single finger. And probably not even the whole finger, just one of the knuckles. I'm gonna fight him. Is she a diabetic termite? Dark Noelle. I think she's just obsessed with Christmas themed stuff. Oh right, I forgot I turned on arachnophilia mode. Ow. This guy's gonna hit me for 35 damage. So I need a way to prevent him from killing me instantly. I could drop all of his stats by 13. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, no, he is ridiculous strong. He's a like you're supposed to feed him in order to get past him. If you don't feed him, he's just gonna wallop your ass. But that's also what makes defeating him an interesting challenge. Do I have anything that can give me armor? Huh. I mean, I could heal, but he still hits for 22 damage is the thing, and I only have 13 HP. Even if I drop his muscle down to 1, he would still do like 15 damage, which is like more than my max HP. Okay, I don't have any way of negating damage, so I might not win this one. It's okay if I lose though, because I can always come back later and find out another way to beat him. He does 22 to physical damage with a single hit. Oh, I just realized I'm literally in the way. Hold on. Let me move myself a little. Boop. Whoops. Okay, now this should be visible. He still does 22 damage even. So even if I debuff him, he's still gonna do more damage than I have HP. So I think I'm just gonna have to come back later. Yes, like even if I hit him, he's still gonna. Yeah, it's like I don't have any way of beating him right now. Wow, that is a lot of poison. Anyways, we'll come back here later. Guard? More like hard, because of how hard he punched you. You totally lost the fight on purpose. You don't even care. We got aloof. +1 moxie. Anyways, we'll come back here later. Because I want to beat that guy. I just don't have the materials I need to do it yet. I don't know if we can get the materials to. Actually, hold on. We have a booze. Oh, never mind. That's just a brick wall. Hey, Jardware. Oh, yeah.
Do you have a Glaxton valve?
Oh, what kind of valve?
Glaxton. It's a thing for pumps, for water, I think.
Nope, sorry. I literally only opened a hardware store because they rhyme with my name. Pretty much all I know about hardware is hammers and nails. Oh, and screws. I don't know about different kinds of screwdrivers are called though.
Oh yeah, this is a guy that sells anarchist hardware. I can't throw enough bombs to kill that guy in one turn though. Unfortunately. What do you got? You got SIGs. Huh. Huh. I wonder if I have enough smelling salts. Could I just spam spells at him until he dies? Oh wait, no, it reduces Moxie, not muscle. But still, I wonder if I can just spam enough spells at him until he dies. I'll spend some time leveling up first. And also, I wanna actually beat him. I know, it's a shame I don't have any metal plates, because if I have a metal plate, I can give myself shielded. That's true. The poison alone was very useful. Anyways, let's visit the, Okay, the pipe shoes is fun and all, but check out the vampire boots. I keep getting stuck on Gabby. You know, I love the vampire shoes. For some reason, the steel-toed boots also makes music. A very faint organ. They're on their second date. God, I love this speakeasy so much. I could hang out here all day. Anyways, fancy day and I got some booze.
I found this case of rum.
Little bit of island nectar, eh?
I found this case of gin.
This'll gin up some more business for sure.
Ah, we can get some drinks. Let's get some gin.
Just a shot of gin works for me.
He slams a shot glass down in front of you and fills it to the brim with gin. We got a shot in the belly. Oh yeah, look at our stats. 676. Can we upgrade any skills? Ah, the Stilton Splatter wouldn't help us right now. Sleaze armor, Parmesan missile. We can make Parmesan missile to do 7 damage. We can increase the healing of our skill. We don't even have that much HP though. Wait, what's Queso Fusilento? Oh right, Parmesan Missile is the one that debuffs Moxie. And this Queso Fusilento is the one that actually does damage. Okay. We should probably upgrade our base stats though, honestly. Base stats, especially this one that gives us +1 max AP. Then again, constantly damage enemies also sound very useful. Max magical weapon attacks. Oh god, I need so much EXP. I wonder where I can get metal plates for shields. Maybe I can't get it until the next chapter. Yeah, no, I can damage enemies just by existing. Anyways, let's wander around Crystaldream Lake some more. There's so many places to explore. You see a faded billboard advertising some kind of a crystal shop. Let's go there. Ah, worms. It's a weird shadow pocket or pouch or something. Let's reach inside. You stick your hand into the hole, grab the first thing your fingers brush up against, and yank it back out. We got shadow wine. Increases all your elemental armor. This oily black nothingness is wine because anything that you put in a wine glass is technically wine. Hell yeah, hole in reality. If we're gonna increase our shadow meter, we're gonna have to be slugging down as much shadow stuff as we can get our hands on. Oh yeah, we also have this bubbling black sludge. I forgot. The proprietress of this empty store has nothing to proprietor.
What do you sell here? What do you think? I don't know. Well, if you had to guess, wouldn't you think that a crystal store next to a crystal mine would sell crystals? Wouldn't you think that? Please, you're using too many italics. I can't focus. Let me tell you a little story about a young woman whose name is Me. Ooh, I love little stories. My parents wanted me to go straight into college, so that's what I did. But college girls, they're only thinking about one thing, getting a degree so they can work in a mine. I'm not like regular girls, lady. I want to sell the things that come out of a mine. Sure, gases and such. So I drop out and move across 13 states to the best crystal mine in the country. But when I arrived, the mine was out of business. And so now, so am I, before I even got started.
Yeah, no, it's like, jeez, she sure is angry. The college girl. I know, that's such a funny line. Like, what? In what world do college girls yearn for the mines? What?
I missed why you wanted to sell crystals specifically. My name is Crystal. That doesn't mean you have to sell crystals. Yeah, but it just means I got fewer nouns to keep in my head. Want me to help check out that mine? Yeah, and break me off a couple of crystals, you were thinking? Not asking you to clear out the whole mine, lady, but just with a few crystals, I can afford to send my whole sorority down there.
She wants to send the college girls to the mines. You discover a ring of mushrooms growing in a strange pattern. Using your training and intellect, you identify the pattern as a circle. Worms. How many worms? I got 5 worms now. Can I eat them? You consider eating the worms, but then realize that plenty of people like you, and almost nobody hates you. What? The door is comprehensively boarded shut. Your crowbar makes short work of the long boards. I have no idea what that meant. Shadow pocket. We got shadow mead. This is what the anti-Vikings drink. It increases our meat drop by 70%. I want that. You drink deeply of the honeyed nothingness. A pleasant numbness spreads within you, soothing darkness. You've got to find some meat so you can buy more of that mead. Also, you need to figure out where to buy it because it is several different kinds of illegal to sell. I want more shadow mead. The coat rack is bare. This cabinet is securely locked. This little radio is playing some big band music. There's nothing on this desk except a very old pink slip. The reason for termination is listed as shirking of elevator maintenance duties. This filing cabinet is newer than the rest of the furniture, but it is still pretty wrecked. Just some shoes. This probably made sense to someone at some point. We got the flip flop. Well, let's step through the weird door. It's a 1906 calendar. A desk with nothing on it, or in it, or under it, or behind it. A huge disappointment, really. This really is a discordant piano. An empty bird cage. They must have run out of canaries. A version of this cabinet is still unlocked. Unfortunately, this version of the cabinet is empty. There's a jacket hanging on the coat rack, which I guess makes it technically a jacket rack. Where's he? We got a key in the pocket. We have the mine cabinet key. An elevator that leads down into the main shaft. I love these assets from... Oh, more worms! I was gonna say assets from West of Loathing. No way are you wandering off into the temporal abyss. This support beam is lousy with termites. The table is bare except for a note reading, I owe you 1 helmet. Cabinet is labeled dynamite storage and is extremely locked. A very large, oddly spherical rock. It has a hole drilled into it. Shine your flashlight in the hole. Your flashlight reveals sparkly colored crystals inside. It's a geode. So that's where we'll get the crystals. No one expects the time thieves. We are literally a time thief. Like, we're just taking shit. No one would even know we did it. Because we just disappear through the time door. Click. The cabinet is empty except for 1 can of elevator grease. This can is labeled elevator grease, so don't go thinking you can use it to lubricate a ramp or a staircase with a funicular. I don't know what a funicular is. This elevator has rusted into a state of total functionlessness. It's far too gone for grease to help at this point. You really hope somebody got fired for doing such a terrible job of taking care of this elevator. So that means we have to grease it in the past. Alright, let's give it a good grease. A squirt here, a dollop there, and kapow! This thing will run like charm for at least 22 years. There's nothing on this desk except an old Employee of the Month award certificate. You're the only one who has ever even been here this month, so you definitely deserve this. This award is made out to Herbert Gutchins, but for all anybody knows, that could be your name. Flash it to increase your maximum and current HP by your Moxie. I can increase my HP by my Moxie? So that means increase my HP by 6. Yeah, that's okay. A funicular is a moving cabin held in the sky. Oh, that's what it is. That's what a funicular is. Yeah, I've seen those things in Until Dawn. This elevator has been remarkably well maintained. Nice work. There's a big crack in the wall here. A massive cave-in. Actually, I suppose it's technically a mine-in. On the moldering tree rump off to the side of the road, you see a glowing mushroom. There's only one reason a mushroom like this would be glowing. That reason starts with M and ends with magic. You pick the mushroom and harvest the microlumophagic bacteria inside. Oh, worms. Not that I need any more. Yeah, we need to pilfer the dynamite, but first, we have to clear out the termites that ate the beam, or else we can't access the rest of the mines. Can I ask for a pest? There we go. This shelf is laden with dangerous pesticides. Among them, you see a mason jar filled with an oily brown liquid. It is a handwritten label that says termite poison.
How much for this jar of termite poison?
That'll be 22 meat.
I'll take it.
You buy the pesticide and place it very carefully in your sack. The Thermoblast termite spray. A spray canister filled with chemicals that history demonstrated to be just as dangerous to humans as it is to termites.
Mind you don't get any of that on your skin, and don't breathe the fumes, and don't pour it down any drains or rivers or otherwise let it get into the groundwater. And if a jar starts to melt, get it into a fresh jar right away.
That thing is fucking deadly. Thermoblast. It does sound like a fire weapon. Oh yeah, I forgot. I completed the pet store, the bait store quest. Hey, live live bait man. Floor. Yeah, no, that's gonna be like something against the Geneva Convention.
Hi, Grady.
How's the worm hunting going?
I'm done.
Fantastic! This is even more than I asked for.
You hand over the worms.
As promised, honest work pay for honest work.
You can't help but think that the revolting pay would have been more appropriate, but Grady beats you to that thought by pulling out a flower pot from behind the counter and handing it to you with a grin. We got a potted nightcrawler. A nightcrawler is in a vessel full of its own food, which is also its own waste. Thanks, Grady. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, since we got rid of that mousetrap, a fat, happy-looking cat lounges here. You give the cat a little scratch behind its ears, and it begins to purr loudly.
Aw, she likes you. Her name is Dottie, by the way.
We have fed Dottie the cat. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what we can do with the potted nightcrawler, we can put it in our room. You find a spot next to the window for that horrible potted worm Grady gave you. Huh, was this flower pot always here? We have planted a tentacle seed. It's your little tentacle buddy. We have a pet tentacle now. Nothing weird about that. It's totally chaste. Oh. Somebody has given you a nightstand. There's a briefcase and a note on top. The note reads, Lydia, the quality of your work at the distillery has been noted as excellent. We will contact you in a telephonular manner with further opportunities. DT. We got a briefcase full of meat. Honest work for dishonest pay. Cool, we got paid by the mob. Got some meat. Ah, hello you awful little creature. We now have a pet worm. Yeah, we also got a metal throne. You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you. Call Dawn T. You dial the number.
Dawn Toblerone verbalizing.
Hi, Dawn. It's me.
Ah, splendiferous! Kudos on your triumphal completion of my previous assignation.
You're welcome. Is that all?
In fact, I have another item of business to be attenuated, which I believe to be suited marvelously to one of your skills.
Which one?
No, I mean... Well, regardlessly, we require that you proceed apace to Crystaldream Lake, wherein is located a purveyor of tools and implements of construction.
Say again?
You might vernacularize it as a hardware store.
Ah, right. You guys run out of cement or something?
We have a necessitude that you will perform upon this place of business what we categorize a shakedown.
They owe you meat?
No, we are merely desirous that the local commercialist retail emporia feel a measure of intimidation.
Okay, I guess I can handle that.
Alright, we gotta go perform a shakedown. Also, give me a second. Hold on. Ah. Sorry, I don't know why my nose was runny. Anyways, let's go do our shakedown. We gotta get that dough. Alright, hardware store. We're coming to shake you down. Off to the side of the dirt road, you see a small trail of mushrooms. You follow it for a while and find that it leads to a cave whose mouth has been choked by mushrooms. Those things are bad for you. We'll check it out in a second. First, we gotta go perform a shakedown. Propose it.
I've been asked to shake up some of your merchandise.
Come again?
There's some mob guys who want to intimidate you for some reason, so they sent me here to shake things up. Or down? Something like that.
Huh. Well, those cans of paint over there could use a good shaking. I ain't got around to it for a while.
Okay, sounds good.
Can't say I feel particularly intimidated, though.
Well, let's shake up the paint. You give all the paint cans a vigorous shaking. The proprietor nods his thanks. Well, I've shaken him down. That's what a shakedown is. Anyways, let's move the outhouse to the sandwich museum. Actually, no, let's move it to the mushroom cave.
That cave full of mushrooms.
The mushroom cave? That's an odd choice. Nobody goes mushroom picking there anymore on account of all the monsters.
Monsters?
Well, yeah, that's the rumor. You ask me, somebody just ate the wrong kind of mushroom and got a bad case of the Ghiblies. Anyways, I'll get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished a day later.
I'm leaving the sandwich museum for later because that quest line is kind of long and and you can't actually finish it in chapter 2. You can only finish it later, so I'm leaving that for now. Right, I have the mine. I have the termite poison. I zoned out for a second. The music is very good for zoning out too. Alright, let's hose down the termites with some chemicals. There we go. We have destroyed the termites. With some Geneva Convention violating chemicals. And now the mine is still standing. There's no more cave-in. This support beam may be old, but at least it's not full of termites. It's one of those fancy mining helmets on this table. What was the mines is now yours. An extremely enthusiastic rat has chewed a hole in this solidly locked solid steel cabinet. You root around the textures disappeared. Anyways, we got a 22-year-old stick of dynamite. You're lucky you found this instead of a 44-year-old stick. They really get dangerous when they're that old. Ah, here's the geode. This tunnel saw how all the others were blocked off and caved into peer pressure. Alright, let's light up the dynamite. You've seen some really disappointing explosions in your life, but that one really failed to even make a dent in the cake. This rock must be made of tougher stuff than the relatively fresh stick of dynamite can handle. We gotta do some time travel shenanigans. The time travel puzzles in this game are a lot of fun, honestly. Alright, stick the dynamite in. Instead of lighting it up right now, though, let's travel back to the future. Or the present. Yep, that 22-year-old dynamite is now a 44-year-old dynamite. There's an extremely old stick of dynamite in the hole in this thing. It's practically squirting nitroglycerin. Nice. You've blown the geode wide open, exposing a huge variety of crystals. You should go let Crystal know. You see a familiar looking person heading towards you on the path. As they get near, you realize that the reason she looks so familiar is because she looks exactly like you. Again.
Hi. Hey, are you a clone, or is this a time paradox, or what? Turns out it's a time paradox, I guess. Wow, crazy. I agree. High five.
The two of you, literally speaking, exchange another friendly high five. Or I guess it's just the first one again. Nice. She leans in for a kiss goodbye.
No time now. Yeah, we wouldn't want to make this weird or anything.
Mwah. You shoot her a sassy wink.
Now you get to look forward to a second one.
I love the time travel stuff because it's like whatever decision you made the first time will carry over into the next time, and whatever decision your future self makes, you will end up doing. It's very fun how that works. It's easy to remember Crystal's name because it's the thing she doesn't sell.
How's that mine of mine? Break off anything expensive? Yes, in fact. You did? Well, that's just great. Hang on a minute.
She leaves and come back an hour later with 2 big armloads of crystals.
You give me just a couple of hours and I'll give you a fully functional crystal shop now, okay? What should I do in the meantime? Got some old magazines here somewhere. Ah, yeah, here they are.
You spend a while reading. It's mostly op-ed pieces about political scandals from 20 years ago, but you manage to learn a thing or two. Crystal eventually taps you on the shoulder.
All set up now. Don't suppose you want to make a purchase?
The change in her facial expressions is so funny. She goes from frowning to smiling really weirdly.
You know, this magazine's fascinating. Say, did you hear about those sketchy land grants up in Oregon? I remember my grandparents talking about it. Boy, that Michelle, what a sneaky snake. Yeah. Anyway, got you a little something to say thanks. When I was going through the crystals, I found just a small one that I can't really sell for much, and I just thought of you.
You remember when the very idea of this crystal was no more than a twinkle in Crystal's eyes. Alright. Deal your muscle and physical damage. Cracked crystal orb. Whatever healing magic this crystal had in it has gone sour. She is totally lobotomized. Look at that face. She doesn't feel emotions anymore. Ah, so much jewelry. I don't want to spend the money to buy all of these yet, though. Heal yourself for twice your moxie. Ah, we don't need that. But yeah, let's hold off on buying anything for now. A shelf laden with beautiful crystals thanks to you. Yay, we finished the side quest. Let's go to the grind at the mushroom cave. Oh, it's another giant. I'm gonna fight the spider this time. Splat. You make a muffled sort of scream noise and claw at the sticky fibers out of your eyes just in time to see that monstrous spider is much closer now. Close enough to grab you, in fact, which is exactly what it's about to do. Ugh. Wow, those are pretty big spiders. God damn. Ah, god damn it, bots. Hold on. Let me blow up this bot. Okay, bot blown up. Now let's blow up these spiders. I'm gonna use my pocket watch just to use it as much as I can. Because I want to increase my shadow count. And if I want to increase my shadow count, I gotta use my shadow stuff. Oh, I have so many skills. What? I can hit him for 9 damage. Let's use Mind Melt. Giant fecund spiders. I have mind melted the spider. Molly buttons. Shoot up that spider. Pew. You won! That's one spider that won't be pointing its butt at anyone else's face for some time. Yeah, no, I'm glad it didn't. Also, wow, that is an unpleasant looking mushroom mass. This huge writhing mass of fungus must be the reason they call this place Mushroom Mountain. Let's fight some mushroom men. because that's a thing. Oh, ah, that hurts. Man Mush Magus. Mush Mother. Deposit a fresh mushroom monstrosity onto the field of battle. Aw, gee, this spider intends to kill me? I better kill that thing back then. Debuff. Alright, I better kill this thing. Okay. I want to see what the Stilton Splatter looks like. Alright, attack the spider. Oh. You reduce the amount of fungus in the mountain by a small amount. There's still a lot of fungus remaining. This is a nice place to grind though. Let's increase our magical weapon attack. We now have Swiss Cunning. Your mind swirls with the forbidden magics of alpine dairies. Let's fight some more. What the hell is that? Mushman Poisoner. Well, this guy's about to die of poison anyway, so I don't need to worry about this guy. Mushman Stabber. I better worry about this guy though. Piper Striped Sniper Spider. Wow, that is a mouthful to say. Oh, I can kill this Mushman Stabber very easily. The spider is a bit more of a concern. Ah. Oh wait, I should have attacked the spider instead. Oh well. Vulnerable to being cooked. Ah, I got a mushroom snake. Steak, not snake. My snake did level up though. Hell yeah. I forgot I have a thing that lets me I forgot that I have a thing that lets me poison everyone right at the start of a battle. Don't shit out a mushroom, please. Splode Spore. When it is destroyed, it will poison your entire team. Wait, what exactly do I have that's poisoning? Ah, it's my toilet ring. My toilet ring poisons everybody at the start of a battle. I forgot about that. What the hell is that? Ow. Mushman Feeder. Intends to feed itself and its allies, increasing their max HP. Oh, we can't have that, can we? Oh, this thing has a sleaze armor. Oh, let's kill it. Beep. 90 EXP. How many times can I grind here, I wonder? Mushman Stabber, Mush Mother. Let's debuff the Stabber. I kind of want to kill the Mush Mother first. 6 plus 10 is 16. Is there anything that does more damage than this? Maybe I can throw a bomb. I have a bunch of bombs. There we go. Now I should be able to comfortably kill the Mush Mother. There we go. I can still grind? Well, every time I grind, the fights get harder and harder, so there is that. Ow. Alright. Since there's a ton of enemies, that didn't do very much. Can I throw another bomb? Spooky bomb. There we go. This thing's gonna die from poison next turn. This thing does not take poison damage. This thing will almost die from poison. This thing will almost die from poison. I'll kill this. There we go. I got so many items from killing these guys. Can I do it again? Hold on. Oh, maximum HP. I kind of want maximum AP instead, though. Anything I should upgrade? Stilton Splatter. I don't need that. Questo Fusilento. 2 additional damage. You read the epilogue and you're glad you did. It describes even stinkier cheeses in the main book. Questo Fusilento has been upgraded. You wrinkled your nose so hard that the thought of them that your nose At the thought of them that your nose knocks the book back into a nearby sewer grate. Alright, our spell has been upgraded. Aw, jeez, the Mush Mother shadowed a mushroom already. Alright. Stilton Splatter. Man, that thing does not do a lot of damage at all. Wow, this thing is gonna kill the shit out of me. Kill it. Pew. I could kneecap for 3 damage. Not a lot. Oh, nice. Splatter. Ah, nice. Kill it. Pew. Nice. Wow, that thing hits hard. These fights are getting pretty tough, actually. Huh? Oh, what's up, Molly?
This is the berries. I ain't done this many fights in ages. What, you don't do a lot of fighting for the mob? Ah, they're all wet. Always giving me an earful. Shooting up the place is bad for business. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Her moxie has increased by 1. Wow, this is a lot of fucking mushrooms. I gotta kill this thing. Holy crap. That's dudes. Yeah, no, this is a fuck ton of dudes. 7 plus 10. I still need a bit more damage. How about a bomb? Spooky bomb. There, that should soften them up a bit. Alright. Nice. We did it. The more we grind in this, the Mushroom Kingdom is responding to your attacks. Yeah, no, the more you grind in an area, the harder the fights become. And the thing is, we can actually clear out this cave in the past, so there will be no more mushrooms in the future. But the thing is, if we do that, we lose a grinding spot, so I'm a little bit hesitant. Because it's like, hey, there's a grinding spot I can use here. Although I guess the thing is that the more I grind, the harder the fights get, so... You put the crystal gave you on the shelf. Is that clear? You rub the crystals and your fingers begin to twinkle. You get +3 magical weapon attacks. That's a pretty good buff. Honestly, we can probably keep up with the increase in the mushroom strength if we just make more bombs. Oh, I can make a nuclear bomb that does 10 physical damage. I'm gonna do that. I need to buy more anarchist hardware. Benzo bucket. 5 damage. Restore 15 HP. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. I can keep doing it until I don't need to do it anymore. Spooky bomb. Stench bomb. Stench bomb. And there's more grinding spots in Crystaldream, so I don't actually have to finish grinding right now. Molly noticed some tin cans scattered in an alley and stops to stack them into a pyramid.
That's just some bean shooter practice. Every little bit helps, and anyway, my finger's getting itchy.
Seems like we shouldn't be shooting guns in the middle of a city.
Ah, baloney. It's copacetic, and the fuzz here ain't worth a plug nickel. And who else is gonna raise a beef when we're both clearly healed?
I'll take your word for it, as soon as I figured out what it was. The two of you take turns shooting at cans until you run out of cans. You know, I'll definitely be very fucking strong if I just keep grinding. We have new hats to show the photographer though, so let's make some extra cash. There we go. That's 3 extra hats. Okay, I can't do this yet. The comfy hat lining I've already upgraded my fedora with, so I can't use it again. Your hat already has comfy lining. 2 linings might make it so comfortable you immediately go to sleep when you put it on. Alright. Was there a grind spot in this city? I don't remember. I don't think so. But yeah, let's explore some more. Pet shop. Ah, you notice a particularly cobweb-strewn copse of trees, and as you near it, you catch a glimpse of a big hole full of spiders in the middle of it. You can just barely read the old wooden sign next to it, declaring to the world that the hole belongs to Beppo. Let's go to the spider hole. Now here's another grind spot. There aren't as many spider eggs in here as there could be, but there's still way too many. Their plaque says Beppo's hole at the top, and then there's some fine print. Beppo's hole is named after Beppo P. Cericchio, who purchased his plot of land in 1903 with the stated intention of creating a shark sanctuary. He managed to dig one decent sized pit, but before he could fill it up with sharks, it filled itself up with spiders. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to say the spiders filled it up with themselves, and their offsprings. Their teeming hordes of awful, venomous offsprings. It is the opinion of the Crystaldream Lake Historical Society that Beppo's hole should be avoided at all costs. In fact, we probably shouldn't even have put this placard here or included it on any of our maps. May those you leave behind forgive us. A wriggling mass of spider eggs. This wriggling cocoon is roughly person-sized, so it's either a person who's been cocooned by a spider and is slowly suffocating to death, or a person-sized mass of baby spiders. Apparently a shark sanctuary in the middle of the forest. Talk to him, her, them.
Hello in there? Are you a person or a mind-breaking quantity of baby spiders? Is that some kind of a noise that a whole lot of baby spiders would make?
You cut apart the cocoon, knowing that it was probably just a guy in there, but secretly hoping that it's a trillion of baby spiders instead. Sadly, it is indeed a guy, but since you're so into spiders that you deliberately check the setting to let us know, why not take a second to close your eyes and imagine if it had been a trillion baby spiders, just pouring out of there and covering you entirely. Wow. Oh yeah, we have the arachnophilia option.
Wow, thanks, friend. You had me worried there for a sec. They call me Doc. I came here to get some free gauze. Got a bit more than I bargained for.
Hi, Doc. I'm Lydia. I assume from your doctor hat that you're literally a doctor?
In the sense that doctoring is my profession, yes. In the sense that I have a legal license for practicing it, no. Oh sure, I can teach you hobo code for all kinds of medical terms.
He teaches you how to read his handwriting and then teaches you some hobo code.
You're looking for gauze?
Yep, the webs of big spiders like this really makes a surgical gauze. It's strong, self-adhesive, and even sterile, really fresh. Unfortunately, I kinda bit off more than I could chew.
You can chew it too?
No, I meant metaphorically. One of the great spiders that live in Beppo's hole caught its sight of me. I don't recommend messing around with that hole, especially if you're flushed through the gills on the medicinal alcohol.
I see. You know, there's a hobo camp just out of Ocean City. They could probably use a doctor.
Great, I could use some patience because I'm much too eager to get some doctoring. That's a joke that works better out loud than in print.
But
anyway, see you there.
Alright, let's fight some spiders. There's definitely a lot of spiders in this hole. I forgot they're all immune to poison. Ow. I just got debuffed. That is a lot of spiders. I can kill the spider in one hit though, so I should debuff the other spiders. Debuff you. Let's splat them. Hehe. Alright, and now kill this guy. Ow. Oh, I forgot these guys are all immune to poison. I should change up my build a bit. There's now slightly fewer spiders in Beppo's hole. Hold on, I need to change up my build because begins every fight shielded. Friendship ring. Hold on, slithery D. We're gonna get the turtle instead. Oh my god, fecundity. I gotta kill that spider. Man, I don't know if I want to do sleaze damage to everyone. Maybe I should go buy a mosquito instead. Because the spider, I find that the poison isn't actually that strong. Ah, I got a creepy forest fetish. A creepy little sculpture made of twigs held together with spider webs and is throbbing with evil magic. You're currently wearing a comfy, terribly cursed fedora. Add the fetish to it? Yes! You press the fetish against your hat and the spider webs act as an adhesive. We now have a creepy, comfy, terribly cursed fedora. Hold on, I'm gonna go buy the mosquito, because it turns out the spider is not very strong. Your meandering hike takes you near the lake, which may not have been reflected on the map display, but you'll just have to suspend your disbelief for that one. Molly picks up a flat stone and skims it expertly across the water.
Nice one. Thanks. Hey Kitty, how big a rock do you think you can chuck? Raw muscle isn't exactly my forte, but I guess I do alright.
You pick up a fist-sized rock and pitch it into the lake with a splash. A loud splunk follows close by, and you turn to see Molly picking up a softball-sized rock with a grin.
I may look like a girly girl, but my Tommy's got a kick like a mule. Gotta keep the rust off of the pistons, you know?
Is Tommy your boyfriend?
That sounds kinda... My girlfriend's name's Nancy. Tommy's short for a M1921 Thompson submachine gun.
Oh right, I knew that. She heaves another large rock into the lake. You try your best to match her, but it's not much of a contest. Her muscle increased by 1. I still love that they made Molly, like, canonically a lesbian. It's very good. Anyways, Greta, give me your mosquito. She got a big worm? Whoa, what?
A worm? I'm intrigued. You're right to be. A worm is a valuable ally. Imagine a snake, except your enemies can't tell which end is the head and which end is the butt. They won't know if it's coming or going.
Can it poison enemies like a snake?
No, but it's slimy, and people hate that. Super gross. Just 150.
I want to try the worm. Wilford the worm? No way. Yeah, that's right. I did give them. I'm gonna name the worm Grady after the guy. He's now Grady the worm. Ah, it does stench damage. This worm has no idea it owes his entire existence to you. I want the mosquito. The mosquito is legitimately better.
A giant mosquito? Oh. Hey now, don't knock it. A mosquito is great to have on your side in a fight. Not only can they suck the blood out of stuff, they can also pump that blood into you to heal you. Mathematically speaking, that's twice the power.
Yeah, I'll get the mosquito, and the mosquito is actually very strong. I'm gonna name it Moscow. Yeah, no, it is pretty gross.
Moscow, huh? Classic, here you go. You might want to get a malaria shot just in case. Tell me, what do you have again? Unfortunately, I'm totally out of pets. Although I guess it's fortunate for the pets, though.
Fortunate for the pets, God. Yeah, no, the mosquito is legitimately, like, probably the strongest pet. We're not gonna get a stronger pet for a long while. Hold on, I want to try challenging the worker man again. I want to see if I can kill him like this. Someone has set up a little lakeside refreshment stand around here, although from its abandoned state it doesn't look like there's much refreshing going on for a while. Also, depending on when you get this random encounter, it might not be particularly near the lake. Maybe that's why. There's a meat-operated red cola cooler here, though, which still looks to be in working order. The meat slot is empty. I'll get a soda. You drop your meat into the slot and turn the crank. The door pops open, granting access to your prize, such as it is. It's a shame the war prompted the big cola companies to start putting their drinks in cheap tin cans instead of nice glass bottles they used to use. They tasted much better that way. But yeah, I'm gonna try to kick the guy's ass. I'm 93 EXP. I'm very close to leveling up, actually. Can I get a random encounter, please? Give me a fight. You hear You hear raised voices and the sounds of a commotion nearby, and head in that general direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clear. Someone's yelling for help! You pick up the pace and soon find a small glade in the middle of the woods, filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter looking for the source of the yelling. One group of butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others, and as you get closer to them, you can see that they have little human bodies. They're fairies! Wow! Real fairies, just like, you know, in the fairy tales. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something.
I think we gotta mess with them, like, they're creepy. Ah, shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies.
That sounded uncannily like regular-sized human voices. Weird, are they mimics like parrots?
Hey, get off of my ear, you little varmint. What the? Ah, my eye, my eye. Ah, get off me.
They always seem much nicer in the bedtime stories. We have unlocked the fairy layer. We'll deal with that later. Ah, the future version of yourself strolls up to you and hands you a fat wad of meat. You know, it's the future version and not the past version because you don't remember this happening before.
Here, take this meat. Technically, I guess I should be repairing it to the future me, but that's me now, so you'll have to do. What? But what's the point in giving me meat if I have to give it back to me later? You'll be making meat more easily later, so this won't seem like that as much then. Just think of it as a no-interest loan. On the contrary, I am actually interested.
She rolls her eyes at you. Jeez, future you's a jerk.
Yeah, well anyways, don't forget to pay me back or the universe will probably explode or something.
Time-based investment. A gaggle of Boy Scouts around the campfire plead with you for a scary story, for their scoutmaster, as they say, has proven frightfully unfrightening. All the boys are crying now. We can now level up. Mind over Munster. A lot of dealing with injuries is just being smart enough to convince yourself that the injury never happened. Alright, we're a bit stronger now. Let's see if we can beat that guy's ass. I don't have a lot of mysticality weapons, do I? Alright. Fight him. Fight. Fight. Ah, there goes my fucking spider. Okay. Hypnotize. I gotta blow up that spider first. Oh, I can do that easily. I can also do a shit ton of damage to him. Holy crap, hold on. Can I kill that spider with something? Actually, I have an idea. First, let's throw... I have 2 turns, because on the first turn, he cannot do me any damage. The second turn, he can. So we need to do as much damage as we can in 1 turn. Because... what's the best weapon we can throw at him? 5 physical damage and reduce their moxie. 5 sleaze damage. Whoa, what the hell? Splat the damn guard for 14 sleaze damage. Holy shit, yes! Wow, that is a lot of fucking damage. And now we do 7 stench damage to him. This should give me... blow up that spider to get it out of the way. He can hit me for 22. I have 18. However, I think I can actually kill him this turn. My normal attack does 16 damage, and I can do 7, so that's... Oh, that's only 23. Hold on. I can do 16, which means I need to do 9 more damage. I can... Wait, what? The holy water can do 50 holy damage to him? Oh no, the enemy is not evil enough to do holy damage. I can also debuff him, but I would rather just kill him this turn if I can. Oh, I can... Hold on. No, I can restore... If I restore an AP, I can use this twice to do 14 damage. 14 plus 16 equals 30. I can kill him with if I use a battery. Lick a battery. I have licked a battery. Nice, I can kill him. Holy shit, I did it! Oh my god, I did it! Oh fuck! I actually managed to beat the guard. All because I bought myself 1 turn by using the shield.
Alright, fine, you Nagudnik. If you want to look at the absence of a dam that bad, go ahead. No one isn't paying me enough to deal with this kind of malarkey.
He hops into one of the cement trucks and drives off. You should feel bad for beating up that guy. I do not feel bad. Ah, there he goes. Oh, bless me. Bless me. Ow. I don't know why I said ow, that didn't hurt. That guy sure hurt though, because I beat him up. The sign says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identified as anything as you want to eat. Ah, thank you for the blessing. Claxton screws, Grafton nuts, Daxton shafts, Waxman discs, Braxton cords, Glaxton valves, Frampton picks. There's only one left. It's a good thing you got here when you did. It's a brand new 11-year-old Glaxton valve. I can't believe I actually managed to kick that guy's ass. This brick outhouse is extremely well constructed. The tap doesn't work, but there's still a bunch of water pooled in the basin. Surprise! Full of water! You should leave the rest for the people who actually need to use this room for its intended purpose. Alright, that's a workman-like toilet for workman-like workmen. Fish in it. Some careless workman must have flushed his safety gear by accident. We got a collapsible hard hat. This hard hat folds down into a smaller size in case you want to store it in a pocket or a toilet. How the fuck does that work? Flush it. We got 30 EXP. Man, I can't believe I actually managed to kick that guy's ass. This pump is missing its Glaxton valve. I'm not gonna put it back. I finally got the Glaxton valve. You see your past self coming up the road towards you, and remember that 300 meat that you owe you. Maybe you ought to pay that back so time paradox doesn't destroy causality. Sure, whatever. You stroll up to yourself and hand her 300 meat. As you expected, she's a little puzzled by this.
Here, take this meat. Technically, I guess I should be paying it to the future me, but that's me now, so you'll have to do. But what's the point in giving you meat if I have to give it back later? You'll be making more meat more easily later, so this won't even seem like much then. Just think of it as a no interest loan. On the contrary, I am interested.
You roll your eyes. God, what a cornball joke. You're frankly embarrassed to have made it.
Well, yeah. Anyways, don't forget to pay you back later or the universe will probably explode or something.
I didn't even use the meat. I literally just got it and then gave it back. Alright. Fortunately, this is where... The place where it slots in is clearly labeled.
Hi.
Hello again.
I installed the valve.
Well, I've been watching the water level through the window here. Should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs.
He disappears through the door behind him. Bulbs. A box of spare 60-watt light bulbs.
You only use 60-watt light bulbs?
Don't need much. Ain't that big a lake.
Huh. Most lighthouses have somewhat of a bigger lamp. It's literally just normal lamp. An empty and wet bookshelf. Good thing he had his book downstairs.
Well, here we are. Welcome to where the magic happens.
Magic?
Sure, Fiat Lux. Old lighthouse keeper jokes.
So, can I have the compass now?
What? No, certainly not. I need that.
But...
You asked if I have an old compass, and I said I did, and that I'd show it to you. Never said nothing about giving it to you.
Oh, well, I really need it.
So do I. I gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often, and I need a good compass to show me which one is the North one.
What if I get you a new one?
Nope, I said a good one. The new ones ain't any use at all.
Why not?
Cause of how they changed them.
What? Change the compasses?
They didn't teach you that in school? Folks got short memories, so it was only around the turn of the century. Some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as the New North. Then they did a recall on all the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now, and that's useless for my purposes.
Okay. Well, how about I find you another old one then?
If you can find another pre-New North compass in at least a good condition as mine, then sure, I'll swap you. Don't really get what the point of that would be though, since you'd already have one.
Well, it's a long story.
Never mind then. Here, maybe this'll help. Most of the old compasses got radiant paint on the dial so you can read them at night. This old Geiger counter ought to be enough to pick up on the radiation from that.
The Geiger counter, the newest innovation of Hey Really Company. This device allows you to detect radiation by making annoying clicking noises whenever any is nearby.
Where should I start?
Well, most folks consider the old kind of compasses to be trash nowadays, and if I was trash, I'd probably be at the old junkyard.
We love our radioactive compasses. God, hold on, sorry, my nose is so running and I don't know why. Okay, I'm fine. I don't know, it feels like my nose only ever runs when I'm streaming. I don't know why. My nose is totally fine otherwise. Alright, junkyard, here we go. A trio of figures in hooded white robes step out of the trees around you. It's hard to tell if the robes contain person-shaped shadow monsters, or if they're regular people whose faces are concealed by the shadows of their hoods. Well, not that regular people go around wearing hooded robes very often anyways, and whichever it is, it doesn't seem like they have good intentions.
Hey, what's your deal? Well, that clears that right up.
Ow. Shadow Acolyte. They do spooky and cold damage, huh? And they have spooky armor, and they limit the amount of physical damage they can take at once. But thankfully, I do hot damage, so I don't have to worry about that. Right? You won! All the black smoke leaks out of the robes pretty quickly after they're beaten, so you don't get a chance to question them any further. Not that it would have been any more effective than the first time. A heated fishing rod cooks the trash from inside. The trash is left medium rare, but a connoisseur would eat it well done. We got a hot rod. Ooh, hey, something shiny in this pile of trash. It's a ring! We got a white hot ring. This will make you like King Midas, except with fire instead of gold. This pile of trash must be especially appealing to flies. This radio must be solar powered or trash powered. Pile of trash smells much worse than the other piles. We need stench armor, which we have. Congratulations, is the worst pair of pants you could have ever imagined. Yay! Wearing these pants make you wish you could afford better pants. This hobo is trying to wrestle a stove out of a pile of trash.
Howdy, I'm Beanie.
Hi Beanie, I'm Lydia. What are you up to?
I'm trying to get this stove so I can haul it back to our hobo camp outside Ocean City.
Oh, you know about the camp?
Yep, I'll be cooking a mess of beans once I get this stove back here, let me tell you.
Do you know any hobo codes you can teach me?
Sure, heck, I know about a dozen different symbols for beans.
Wouldn't that one be enough?
They all look pretty similar now that you mention it.
With assorted grunting and heaving, the two of you manage to yank the stove free.
Phew, thanks a million, pal. Now just gotta drag this back to camp and I'll be in beans this.
See you around, Beanie.
It seems like all the wettest, slimiest trash has been assorted into this pile. I need 3 what armor? Sleaze armor. Do I have sleaze armor? +1 sleaze armor. I don't have enough sleaze armor. I think I need to go buy sleaze armor at the crystal shop. 3 figures approach you, their faces obscured by the shadow of trees.
Wow, wow, ooh.
Excuse me, what? Who are you?
As they step into the light, you see that they have human bodies, but their heads are hideous, misshapen fungal growths. They glare at you with beady black eyes.
Wow, ooh, wow.
Holy crap on toast.
You clear your throat. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
One of them scowls angrily.
Wow, ooh, ooh.
Wah, ooh, wah?
I don't think there's any talking through them. They're staring daggers at you now. They exchange glances and muttered wah-oohs, and then move towards you with a menacing air. It looks like they're fed up with your nonsense. I've decided to teach you a lesson you're more able to comprehend. Well, let's kick their ass. Debuff. Ah, I can kill this guy with a mind melt. Pew. And I can kill this guy with a pew. Pew. You won! Hopefully those guys weren't a diplomatic envoy or anything like that. Can I move any faster on the map? 200% is the best. Anyways, I need sleaze damage. Heart-shaped necklace. Alright, back to the junkyard. A squirrel chitter. Oh, it's the squirrel event again. I just got money. Sleaze armor. You grab a nasty old spoon from the pile and use it to dig through the gloop. You don't find anything, so you just keep the spoon. I don't know why you would keep that spoon, but you did. We got a nasty spoon. It does mysticality plus 3 damage. From the looks of it, this spoon has been used to eat a lot of unspeakable chowders. I'm gonna use the nasty spoon as my new weapon. Looks pretty strong. This opening leads to an underground labyrinth of filth. Unfortunately, your Geiger counter is ticking faintly, so you probably have to go in there. I hope you aren't wearing your favorite anything. It turns out that this garbage dump is much deeper and older than it initially appeared. Huge rooms and tunnels have been carved out of the trash, and it looks like the worst archaeological dig imaginable. And just to make the bad scene even worse, it looks like a whole gang of those horrible little fairies have made their home in here. Ah, this is an ironically half-buried shovel here. We got a shovel. Yeah, there's more trash fairies here. There are a lot of fairies in this direction, frolicking around and making animal noises. Dying animal noises. Ah. God, these fairies are super unpleasant. And they always come in huge swarms too. Like, there's always a shit ton of fairies. I'm definitely gonna throw a bomb at them. Let's see. Let's throw a scary bomb. It would be Gouda. So true. Alright. Blast. Who do I kill next? You. I love the attack animation on that thing. There we go. You won! Your reward is getting to explore further in the literal garbage tunnel. Oh, don't pout. You can have some loot too. Fairy charm plus 3 to magical weapons. What fairies lack in charm, they make up for in... Well, I was gonna say skill in making jewelry, but this thing is honestly pretty crappy. There are a lot of fairies in that direction, flitting around, giggling maniacally, and occasionally saying things in other people's voices that you can only assume were those people's last words. Ah! Debuff. And, of course, bomb. And kill. Shoot. Nice. There we go. With those fairies out of the way, you can get to the northern tunnel. Wait, is that north? The left turn tunnel. The left turn. The room is positively swarming with fairies. There must be something pretty good over there, or at least that fairies think are good, which is an opinion you might or might not share. Here we go, more fucking fairies. God, that is so many fucking fairies. Ah! I'm definitely gonna need more bombs. Alright. It's bombs away. Okay, who do I blow up next? Huh. Pew. Ow. Ah. Oh, jeez. Ah, ah, ow. Oh, what the heck? What happened? You won! Now it's time to see what all that hoopla was about. We got a fairy cake! To a fairy, this is a huge birthday cake. To you, it's a grisly reminder that you killed a fairy on its birthday. Good fucking riddance. Someone has thrown away a perfectly good giant novelty piggy bank. Sorry, piggy. Hey, whoever threw this out didn't even take out the meat first. Oh, there's a shadow rift here. We're a robot. We won. Oh, that robot had a brain in it. We just killed somebody. Ah, I can't grab the thing in that shadow energy yet. We'll have to come back later. This toilet is connected to some random rusty pipes. That's fish in it. Huh, toilets don't usually have fezzes in them. We got a wet fez. What kind of a decadent society creates the conditions in which ordinary folks will just brazenly flush fezzes down the toilet? That's actually a pretty good hat, but unfortunately I'm committed to the cursed hat. 35 EXP, goddamn, that's a lot of EXP. Oh, I can upgrade my shit again. I kind of really want this one. I'll save my EXP. I'm not gonna use the tub yet because you can only use the tub in its once in an entire playthrough, and I don't want to waste it yet. Because once you use that tub, you'll never get to use that tub again. Ooh, this wall of trash is riddled with fairy tunnels. Huh, this tunnel is big enough to accommodate you, so if you can muster the flexibility, and assuming you're neither claustrophobic nor germophobic. You squeeze into the burrow and wriggle your way through a series of nasty trash tubes. Eventually the garbage beneath you collapses, depositing you above a different chamber. Wait, above? A foot from a big statue. That's how far you are away from this and whatever it is. Someone threw away an entire fence? The ceiling, a teetering stack of crates is holding up the part of the ceiling here. The trash has collapsed into an unsafe staircase-like heap. That was extremely lucky. Ah, hey Molly, what's up?
Hey kitty, hold still for a minute while I hit you in the knees with this lead pipe, okay? What? No! Aw, come on, I got a swell idea for improving my kneecapping technique and I want to test it out on you. Well, you can wait until we get into a fight with someone and then try it out on them. Phooey, I hate waiting for stuff.
Her kneecap attack now hits hard as hell. Hell yeah. Holy dang, someone threw away a perfectly good cow skull. These things are rare as heck, considering how there hasn't been any cows in this country for more than 30 years. We got a mounted cow skull. This would look great in your room. It's always hard to tell whether one of these is part of a normal cow somebody killed for sport, or the entirety of a horrible floating cow skull that someone killed in self-defense. Those were a common monster in west of Loathing. The Geiger counter is really going nuts. This must be the place. Oh no, it's the compass that's radioactive. Just beneath the surface, your shovel strikes the top of a crate. The Geiger counter continues its irritating clickery. You give the top of the old crate a mighty stomp and end up ankle deep in compasses. It's better than being ass deep in cause that's what the fuck does that mean? Anyways, enough jokes. You grab the least ruined looking compass. We got an old compass. This is a compass from back before they changed which way is north. You also breathe a sigh of relief as you turn off that annoying Geiger counter. Asses. Ankles. Oh, I get it. None of the other old compasses look to be of value. There's a whole flock of fairies here, all armed with rusty needles. It almost seems like they're practicing for their fencing skills, but their fighting style is so chaotic it's hard to tell. Let's kill them. God, that is a lot of fucking mosquitoes. Anyways. Bomb. Stilton splatter. Wow, that didn't do a lot. Ah. Ah. There we go. You won! Hopefully a case of tetanus is not part of the loot. Fairy Star won! Oh, hell yeah. Deals your damage and mysticality and reduce the target. And it does physical damage though. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, this area is a grind area. Ringing this bell would certainly stir up some angry fairies. That is such an intimidating sound, Jesus. Kneecap that fairy. Pew. You have cleansed this pile of trash with a few horrible fairies. Oh, that's an accessory. Hit it again. I love grinding in video games. I can't get enough of grinding, not gonna lie. Nice. There we go. Debuff. Kneecap. Pew. Pew. Yay. One more. Oh, you've cleared out the fairies, or at least for now. There'll probably be more fairies if you come back tomorrow, if you want that for some inexplicable reason. We can now get Pecorino Bravado. You radiate both strength and an ever-present powerful cloud of cheese smell. That sounds extremely unpleasant. That sounds incredibly unpleasant. I think we cleared out this area. Alright, lighthouse. We got more spores.
Hello, good? Find that old compass you were looking for?
I sure did. Here, what do you think?
Could use a polish, but it seems to be in good condition. Alright, I'll swap you. Let me get that old Geiger counter back from you too.
We got the cursed compass.
Thanks.
Alright, yep, no problem. Get along now. Got a lot of important nothing to take care of.
He gives you a polite nod, but doesn't seem to have anything else to say. We finally have the cursed compass. This should not be followed, this should be followed. This compass always points towards the evil version of North, whatever that means. We'll always follow this compass forever. Also, I have enough stats to... check out the carnival games. Yeah, evil North, whatever that means.
Hey, look who it is! Ready for level 3 challenge, Chief? All you have to do is knock over this stack of lead milk bottles with a beanbag while walking around a tightrope and playing me at chess.
Do I have to win?
Well, yes.
Are you good at chess?
I came in second in the state championship this year. Ready to take me on?
You climb up onto the tightrope and carefully inch your way across while calling out your chess moves. Fortunately, the height gives you a good view of the board. As you reach the end, you hurl the beanbag full force at the stack of milk bottles.
Knight to e7.
Clatter.
Checkmate.
Well, I'll be damned. I'll admit it, kid. You snookered me pretty good. Here's your prize.
We got a sticky hand on a stick. This is a carved wooden hand on a short chain. The hand is covered in tar. Perhaps someday someone will come up with a slightly terrible way to execute on this idea. I'm not even gonna use it. That's the messed up part, is I'm not even gonna use that. Oh yeah, also I need to restock on my bombs, because I've used a lot of bombs on those fairies. Now I need to restock on my anarchist hardware. Alright, stench bomb, sleaze bomb. I'm out of crafting materials. Maybe I should have gotten the one that doubles my crafting materials. Oh well. Really? There's no news articles? Nothing here. Ah! We can open the Sneaky Pete lock now. This Sneaky Pete is a tricky customer, but you've never met a Pete you couldn't outsneak. If turning the key in the lock does nothing, then what happens when you put it in and then just leave it? Ah, yes, exactly. The lock clicks open. Good old Sneaky Pete. Do I have something that gives me strength? Amethyst choker. There we go. Unlock Phylax. It takes everything you got, but finally the sturdy keyhole of Phylax falls to you in this contest of raw strength. The cast iron head gives you a nod. Respect between gladiators. All three heads are now unlocked. We are inside the bank. Cursed compass. The plaque has gone green with age. July 4th, 1899. Today we celebrate our opening of Securibus Building and Loan at Plunkett Street, Ocean City. Integrity, security, excellence. A corporate value for each of the dogs. This miraculous little lamp has burned for 20 years and counting, keeping a single solitary vigil to the dying of the bank. Good night. Standing by the cash register, you fantasize about what it would be like to have a service job instead of whatever it is you do. Security succubus. I work at a gas station. Oh, that's right. The drawer is sealed shut, and there's no obvious way to open it. There's nothing you can do with the cash register at all, in fact, other than bang on the numerical keys as a toddler might. We'll force the drawer open. The metal drawer comes loose with a firm pull from your powerful horse hands, but your doing so triggers the bank alarm. That's what I was trying to do. That's the bank alarm. You've popped open the cash register, which technically counts as the bank heist. Meat lines the drawer in uniform piles. We got 19 meat. No wonder why banks are collapsing if this is all they got in the till. There's no visible means of opening this monstrous vault door. Ow. Ouch. Tie the vault to a car and drive it down the street. Well, that didn't do anything. There's no... I guess we can't open this door for now. That did not go as planned. We kind of wrecked the bank. Whoops. There we go. July 4th, 1989. Today saw the grand opening of a new banking concern, Securibus and Building and Loan. Residents of Ocean City watched in appalled disgust as during the opening ceremony, the maximum security vault door was installed backwards, sealing inside their savings and valuables for eternity. The bank's chairman reassured worried customers that the mistake would not affect operations. 10 minutes later, the bank was closed permanently. This doesn't affect my confidence in banks. The bank was open for 10 minutes and then just closed indefinitely. I don't think there's anything I need out of this speakeasy. However, there are people at the hobo camp I can go see. Oh, it's the match event again. Anyways, I met some new hobos here. Oh yeah, the shoes music works here too, because there's music here.
Well, hey there, good to see you again.
Oh, bye, Beanie. Hello, blank name user. My wisdom is that this game has really good soundtrack. I absolutely love the soundtrack in this game. It is phenomenal. Oh, it's a doctor.
Oh, hello, thanks for pointing me here. It's been great. Nice. Yeah, I bet everyone's really glad to have a doctor around. Yup, although we got plenty of robust lot here, so there hasn't been really anything really interesting for me to do yet. But you know what they say, every unremoved appendix is basically a ticking time bomb.
He rubs his hand together in excited anticipation.
Can you spare some first aid supplies? Sure, here you go. Use them in good health. Wait, no, that would be wasteful. Wait until you're in bad health. Thanks, Doc.
I will never use those. I can literally heal myself, so I literally don't need it.
So, about those secret plans...
You have been somewhat helpful to us. I suppose I can admit to you this encampment is but a stepping stone on the path to my true goal. I have my eyes set on a much loftier target.
Ooh, intriguing. What is it?
I'm afraid I cannot say any more.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, there was a shadow rift in the regular house, wasn't there? A couple of black orbs or holes. Oh, great. We have to fight these shadow orbs again. You're already a king, dude. Well, he is a hobo king, so you know. I'm sure he has grand ambition. Oh, that's what that does. I really do just do damage every single turn. Hey, I mean, what king doesn't want immortality? There we go. We blew up the orbs. There's a shadow rift in here, right? Yes. I want to grab those pants. I can't grab the pants yet. My shadow isn't high enough. I need more shadow. I don't have enough shadow just yet. Alright. Oh, we got the shadow pliers from what's her face. The shadow pliers you use to close the shadow rifts. If you close the shadow rifts, you can reduce the shadow. You don't increase the shadow, but I need to increase my shadow so I can actually grab the item inside the rifts rather than just close the rift. If you just close the rift, you don't get anything. Your future self turns up again, this time lugging an old wooden crate.
Here, take these. Huh? These what? It's a case of antique bandages. They'll come in handy. But I can't use them. I'll have to keep them so I can foist them off onto another me to close the loop. You're just sticking me with the pointless errands I have to do later. Ah, no, dummy. You use these ones and ask Charles Wallace for the crate of old bandages that Mary left in the storeroom. That's where I got these.
Yep, I need more power.
But didn't you get them from yourself like what I'm doing now? No, I used those. Look, just take them. Jeez, you've got a lot to learn about causality.
We got some crate of old bandages. Let's open it. You pry the lid off the crate. Most of the bandages have disintegrated, but you find half a dozen that are still intact. Now we have to go see Wallace for some bandages. Hey, Wallace.
What's up, Charles?
Got something you might find handy. I finally found the time to check out this door behind me, and turns out there's an old bricked up passageway back there. It leads right to the purple door.
Well, that's pretty convenient. Thanks, Charles.
Hey, don't mention it, kiddo.
Did Mary leave a crate of antique bandages in the back somewhere?
Yep. Say, how did you know that?
It's a long story. Actually, it's a pretty short story, but it's one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them?
Sure thing.
We got the antique bandages. Alright, let's go check out the fairy lair. You find a decaying... Oh, it's a decaying nightstand again. Hold on. I see a shadow pocket. We got another shadow hot dog. Hot dog? You could make a shadow color out of space game. That is true. That would actually be really cool. This make of twists and sap and is a fairy nest. You fumble blindly in the nest and find a knife. We got a knife. Alright, let's kill some fairies. Huh, there's a lot of fairies guarding that nest. Must be something good inside. Wow, that cheese AoE is so busted. I'm so glad I spent the 200 EXP on that. That is so strong. God damn, that is strong. I just do AoE damage every single turn. That's crazy. What the hell? That's so strong. Molly seems to be practicing some kind of a dance with a lot more quick movements and hopping around.
What's up? Working on your dance moves? Sure, kinda. Except this dance ain't about cutting rug.
She makes a sharp gesture and the blade of her flick knife snaps open.
It's about cutting an enemy of some sort, see? Yeah, right, I get it.
She now acts earlier in combat. Nice. Another fairy nest. What horrors must wait within? Curious, the inside is totally overgrown with sweat moss. It's uncomfortably warm and uncomfortably moist. You collect all the useful ingredients from this sweat moss. Now go wash your hands. Huh, there's a lot of fairies guarding that nest. Let's kill them. Ah. Ah. That is a lot of fucking fairies. I do really good AoE damage though, holy crap. I do an unbelievable amount of AoE. Ah! You know, I get free AoEs every turn. That is so busted. That's actually so strong. Basket my room. Yeah, it does really good damage. God damn. This better be worth it. Hey, a ring. One of the fairies probably uses that as a crown. We got Inspiring Ring, which increases your companion's muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 2 by the end. Wow, that is pretty good actually. I don't think we need it though. Hold on, I have an idea. Let's use the toilet ring so we can poison everyone and do stench damage. The fairies put up their tiny dukes as you approach. Ah! I'm on fire. Debuff. I'm gonna heal and get rid of all the fire. Damn it, not you again. Ow. Ow. Ah! Oh! You show those fairies who's bigger and tougher than a fairy. Another fairy nest. Ow, we got a hand injury. Great. Ow. Ow. Wow. The fact that I can't act sooner is really kicking my ass. Alright. AoE. Jeez, these guys are vicious. There we go. You show those fairies who's the fairest of them all. We got squirrel cheese. The fairies keep squirrels the way we used to keep cows. One can only hope that someday they will face a similar reckoning. A reckoning of squirrels. Yet another fairy nest. This must be the home of one of the wealthier fairy families. Got some meat. Wow, this thing's horrible. Must be meant to scare humans away. We're taking it. Wait, seriously? You want to take this obviously evil, obviously extremely ugly statue back to your room? The room where you sleep. Yes. You drag the horrible sculpture to the bus stop. A bus arrived but refuses to pick you up because of the horrible sculpture, I mean. You spend the next several hours dragging it back to your room. You hang the cow skull over your desk. If anyone asks, I'll tell them you killed the cow yourself. Just looking at this thing makes you mad. You duck, weave, bob, and swat. Are you shadow boxing or the shadows boxing you? Cool cow skull. Oh, money. The note reads, Lydia, congratulations on your successful shakedown. You will be contacted with another request in due timeliness. Briefcase full of meat. No new message from the Dawn though. Oh yeah, we have a shortcut to the speakeasy now. Da-da. As the two of you are walking down the street, Molly suddenly stops and gestures at a nearby gun shop.
Oh hey, I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second.
You wanna go shopping?
Nah, I just want to get my typewriter a quick tune-up. The side on it's kind of hinky. Cut yourself a piece of cake. I'll be right back.
You don't see any cakes around here, disappointingly, but Molly returns presently with a freshly polished Tommy gun and a cheerful grin.
Now we're hitting on all sixes. Come on, kitty, let's get a wiggle on.
Here, I thought Gabby was hard to understand. I don't have a way to check my shadow level. Not unless I like hack into the game save file. But however, when we reach the next shadow level, we will know, because something drastic is going to change in our character's appearance. I don't know why I'm bothering fishing here. Yeah, you'll see what it is once it happens. Can I wash my hands? The sink has a cracked bowl and slightly grubby tap. There we go, we washed away our hand injury, and our muscle has recovered. Thank goodness for sink water. What was I gonna do? How's my EXP? We have pretty good EXP. I could use some crafting materials though. Entire green hand. You've got a green thumb, but you've also got a green index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and contextually inappropriately named pinky. Anyways, I think we can go close that mushroom cave now. I don't think the EXP gain from fighting those mushroom men are really worth it anymore, so let's clear out this cave. We've gotten pretty strong, so non-violence appears to be a non-option here. Violence it is then. Ah. Oh, Molly isn't here. I guess Molly didn't follow us into the past. You taught those mushrooms a lesson you're not certain they ever actually had the capacity to remember or forget. More malevolent moving mushroom men. Ah, jeez. Maximum HP. How unpleasant. They all have stench armor too. I can kill this guy in one hit though. However, the others I need to blow up. We did it. You have once again asserted superiority of mammals over mushrooms. A third and final group of hostile fungi. Knock the spores out of them. Ah, jeez, that hurts. You can't do that before I even got a turn to act. Oh, it's a good thing I regenerate. I forgot that I do that. You know, I should really throw a bomb. Here's a bomb. That'll make things a lot easier for me. There we go. You have reduced the number of ambulatory mushrooms in this cave to 0. Based on its unnatural appearance and aura, you'd say this is the source of the bad mushroom magic. There we go. It's gone. Whoever misplaced this axe apparently did not know that trees don't generally grow in caves. We got a wood cutting axe. Best avoid the void. There, we have cleared the mushroom fungus cave. There we go. No more mushrooms. Or rather, no more malevolent mushrooms. Oh, these fungi are glowy. We have harvested some glowing ooze. And there's a shadow pocket in here, which we can harvest for a shadow pickle. Nothingness soaked in brine and vinegar for an eternity. A crack in the I don't think it is. I've never figured out if you could do anything with it. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing you can actually do with it. Well, as far as I'm aware, at least. Anyways, let's move the outhouse to the Sandwich Museum. Oh hey, that's your past self over there. Here's a chance to hand over that crate of old bandages.
Here, take these. Huh? These what? It's a case of antique bandages. They'll come in handy. But I can't use them. I'll have to keep them so I can foist them off onto another me to close the loop. You're just sticking me with a pointless errand I have to do later.
Oh geez, were you really such a whiner back then? So much so that you'd refuse medical supplies from your own self? Good grief, how embarrassing.
Ah, no dummy. You use these ones and ask Charles Wallace for the crate of old bandages that Mary left in the storeroom. That's where I got these. But didn't you get them from yourself like I'm doing now?
Oh, for crying out loud, were you not even paying attention? This is mortifying. If you ever run into the future you again, you're gonna have to apologize to her.
No, I used those. Look, just take them. Jeez, you've got a lot to learn about causality. Okay, fine, jeez.
Oh, I need a pickaxe with a crack? Do I have a pick? I don't think I have a pickaxe, do I? Ah. Yeah, I don't think I have a pickaxe. Maybe I will in the future. There we go. We're now in the past. Welcome to Sandwich. Please don't break the law. Ah, okay, so we're not gonna get the pickaxe until like two chapters later. This discarded newspaper says it's March 3rd, 1692. That's a few days before the last entry in the diary from the Putnam house. Somebody led this horse to water, but the horse is finishing the job itself. The water trough fulfilling the destiny of hydrating a horse. Better not, you might accidentally give the horse a lip piercing, and who even knows how long it'll be before those become fashionable.
Oh, hello, come right in. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Not at all. I'm always glad to have visitors when my husband is out riding the circuit. My name's Lydia Walker. A pleasure. I'm Theresa Danforth.
A handmade bed, which has been made presumably also by hand. No secret passage. There's zero reason for you to expect there to be one. Bunch of barrels. Not much sign of potion brewing here, unless tea counts. This kid's a real reader. All the titles are pretty boring, though.
What an unusual outfit. Whereabouts are you from? I guess you could say I'm from Ocean City. Oh, the big city. That must be so much more exciting than our little village. Aw, don't sell this place short. This city is much more modern, that's all. You said your husband's riding the circuit? What's that mean? He's a judge for the county. Most of the little towns out this way are too small to have their own courthouses and judge, so they save up their legal matters and clearance rides around to settle things once a month or so. That must take a while. Does it get lonely while he's away? Oh, our boy Tom and I keep each other company well enough. Your husband's still out riding the circuit? Indeed. Clarence will be gone for many days, but our boy Tom and I keep each other company well enough. What's with all these barrels? We won a year's supply of cream at the last county fair. Didn't expect them to give it to us all at once. None of us even particularly care for cream. Would you care for a ladleful, or even a whole barrel? No thanks, I'm good. Talk to you later.
So the cream they were selling in the gift shop has been sitting here for like 300, 200 years, 200 years. It's all, the sandwich cream we have is fucking old. Like disgustingly old. This thing. It's very old cheese. Oh, that's fish in the well. We got meat. Meat. More meat. This door, the door to the house is locked. If only you had some way to unlock things that are unlocked. This sign says sandwich gazebo, vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly, let's vandalize it. You look around to make sure nobody's watching and then scratch the knot off the sign. Take that, authority. Bartholomew Danforth 1628 to 1687. Patience Danforth 1630 to 1688. Marianne Putnam 1632 to 1688. Joseph Putnam 1631 to 1690. Beatrice Proctor 1633 to 1691. Alicia Proctor 1632 to 1689. Proctor, our town founder, 1582 to 1644. If you like this tub of daisies, I have a good news. There's 2 others just like it. This leads down into a root cellar, presumably. The doors are locked with an expensive German combination lock requiring a 5-letter word. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is, but... nope. Oh well, those roots are probably sour anyways. State-of-the-art toilet facility. You poke your head inside. There's some graffiti scratch on the wall. Peter Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. Let's make a rubbing of it. You make a copy of the graffiti for your records. Looks like this chess board was abandoned mid-game. We'll make a move. You consider the board for a moment, then make a move. Now white is winning. Too bad, black. It's an heiress depicting several heiresses.
Excuse me, can I help you with something? No thanks, I'm fine. What I'm getting at is, why are you in my house? Oh, I'm just looking around. Look, I'm not one to be inhospitable to uninvited guests, even total strangers, but I do have company at the moment, so if you excuse me...
Mrs. Proctor shoots you a stern look. Fortunately, she's too genteel to just throw you out the heck out of her house. She returns to her conversation, although at a level too hushed for you to hear. We'll have to come back later. Okay, so there's like a whole plot line here, but it is currently midnight for me, so I should really be getting some rest. The quest I will be doing next time. So, thank you all for watching tonight. Have a good night, and bye bye.